Hey everyone. Good, thanks. How you going? That's good.
Okay, yeah, we're ready to go.
John, you must love Tassie. You've come here and got two strong wins. Can you talk to me a bit about how the team's found the experience here?
Yeah, I think the club loves Tassie because they've had a good experience here in the past, and again this season, 3 wins from 3 times we visited here. It's been a great experience, and you can sense with the people that come to watch, the people that have come to visit us in training. And just people stopping on the street, they're happy to have us here, and there's a lot of football lovers down here, and they don't get to see A-League action or players of this calibre. So it's great for the kids, and let's hope the sport keeps growing here in Tassie. But for us, it was important to get that win that we wanted, and then it was a good performance all round.
Ante just spoke about the pitch, and he was quite impressed with the pitch and the quality of it. Is that something you noticed?
Oh yeah, definitely. The players love it. The players think that's probably the best pitch that they play on in the A-League. So, the way the ball rolls, the firmness of it, it's not too firm. It's a nice pitch to play on, and that's why you get some really good attacking football, because the pitch is quick, especially when it rains a little bit, and then the players are able to play the football that they want to play.
Yeah, just on the attacking football, like the first half was obviously quite tight, and then both teams had a lot of chances in the second half. You guys obviously made the most of two of those. I really like Connor Payne's game. What did you make of your attacking half?
Yeah, Connor did really well tonight. He just said to me he was disappointed he didn't grab 4 because his chances were pretty clear, but he was causing him problems all night on that side. It's funny because the other night a lot of our attacks build up through the left side, and everyone said, that's our stronger side. And then tonight it was mainly through the right side, and then we're having chances from our right to our left side. So it just depends on the opposition, the way they set up against us, where the players are good enough to understand where the space is and how the opposition are defending and how we can hurt them. And we created a lot of chances tonight. It was good going forward. Defensively, we had to dig deep at times because they got a lot of quality. They got a lot of good plays going forward. They take risks at times and throw men into the box, and some of the balls they deliver in. And look, we made a couple of mistakes in our build-up that gave them a few opportunities as well. So all in all, I was happy with our structures. They were very good. They just, a couple of times they hurt us on the counter, and a couple of good crosses into the box.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Guys on the Zoom, over to you.
Coming up. Sorry, Lucy. Well, John, it's going to keep coming up while you're still well and truly in the hunt for it. You're 2 points behind Melbourne City now. The Premier's Plate race is well and truly on. I mean, I know it's not going to be the only thing that motivates you, but it must be exciting to be well and truly in that race for silverware.
Yeah, look, it's exciting to be where we are. That's for sure. We know that we're definitely going to finish top 3 now with the amount of points we have. And yeah, we're only 2 points behind City with a game in hand, and obviously the next game's the most important because that's the Mariners away in 10 days' time. So it gives us a bit of a break mentally and physically to prepare for that game. But at the beginning of pre-season, we said that we want to be very competitive, that we want to be there fighting for something at the end of the season, and we've given ourselves an opportunity now with 1 week to go and 3 games to play in that week. We know it's not going to be easy because it's no game's easy, and then City still have 2 games remaining, and we know what they're like and how good they can be. So we will make sure that we're ready for that next game against the Mariners, but also enjoy this game here and the last 4 days that we've had in Tasmania, because it was big for us. A lot of doubt crept in, not so much in the team, more on the outside about are we good enough to really compete when we lost 4-1 to Wellington. But the boys they wanted to show that they are good enough, and the reaction's been brilliant from them.
I don't say it's a loss you had to have or anything, but sometimes losses, it's that you learn more from a loss than you do a win. Like the way you've responded these 2 games, has it been not a turning point, but something that maybe kick-started you again?
I think you're right. It has kick-started. I don't like to lose and to say that we needed that loss, but in terms of learning from something, and because you don't want to be going into the finals that you're just scraping through and just getting there and just, we want to go there in good form. So we needed that poorish performance to actually go, you know what, we need to make sure that we're focused each game, prepared well the whole week, and we do. It's just that we let our intensity down a little bit that game, and so that's why it was so pleasing the last two games. And at times tonight we needed to dig deep, and we showed that resilience that we showed earlier on in the season. So we're happy. We know that we're going to go into that final week in good form and feeling good about the way we're performing.
You've been in this position before, John, where a Premier's plate's come down to the wire. Obviously, that time it didn't go your way, but what can you take out of that sort of experience this time around?
Thanks for reminding me, Anna. I was trying to forget about that one. That one's been haunting me for a while. No, look, they're experiences, and I had it when I was a player that it went down to the last game a couple of times, and also coaching Brisbane Roar when we were, one win away from winning the Premier's Plate, and we only got the draw. But that's still a couple of games away. So we just the experience from that was just the players have to remain calm and play the way that we know how to play, and not focus on the result, focus on the process, and that's what we've been doing, and that's what we will do with the last games coming up.
Hey, John. The first half, it looked like there was a bit of frustration seeping in. In those early bits when you were unable to sort of break through those early phases, and MacArthur were testing you when you were trying to play out. Was there a message at halftime to try and calm some of the players down? Because it looked like as well Neil was getting a little bit, we know he's a passionate type, but he was getting a little bit frustrated out there as well. Yeah,
it was more to show them at halftime exactly what we were wanting to do, because out there sometimes they pick it up a little bit later than what MacArthur were trying to do in terms of their press and where they'll trying to stop us from getting the ball, and that was the message more at halftime, and it was more like that. We have to shift the ball quicker. Once we shift the ball quicker, that we're going to be able to create chances. Even in the first half, even though we were a little bit not at our best, we still created some really good opportunities. So we knew that would happen in the second half, but we also knew that we had to be very good on stopping them from counter-attacking us, because they break quick. De Villa's a tough player to play against, so we had to be set up well and make sure that our defensive structures were good when we had the ball, and they were, and we stopped them really from creating chances on the counter. Normally they created a lot. The majority of their chances came through our mistakes in the first half in build-up, and their crosses into the box in the second half, which they delivered the ball really well.
And just a comment on Jamie Young. He was sensational, and especially in the second half with some of those saves he made when it was 1-0. He's had a great season all around. How did you see today? And just a comment on him as in general, I guess.
Yeah, look, Jamie's been great all season. He's made one or two errors, which you expect from a goalkeeper. But in terms of, that's why we signed him, because we knew the quality he has, and it's great for him to keep 2 clean sheets in a row. He deserves it. He had more to do, obviously, tonight than he did the last game. And I thought Curto was good for them, made a lot of saves as well. So both keepers put on a great performance, and both teams really, they went for it. So, and that happens towards this time of the year, because teams are desperate to get that win. And MacArthur desperate to make the 6. We're desperate to keep pushing, so we're in contention at the end of the season, and you'll get these games that will have plenty of chances.
We had 3 days in between games now. Now you've got 10, and you've got a real extended period to, rest some players. Obviously, you went with only one change, and everyone went through the whole game. Are you hoping to also get anyone back? Is there a chance that you might get Josh Risdon or Alessandro Diamanti back in this period, or is it also just a wait and see? Yeah,
it's more a wait and see. I'm not sure whether they'll be back for those games. I'm hoping that they'll be close to getting back and they'll be with us. But that's one that we'll wait and see. But yeah, it's a good opportunity for us too, because this has been a busy period, and we just want to make sure that the players mentally and physically recover. in the next couple of days. And then we've got a good opportunity to really train and train well, because sometimes you don't have that when you've got short turnaround. So that's great for us, and the boys will recover well from these 2 games.
John, well done on the win. After the red card, what did you make of the team's approach to the game? They did have a few chances to level up, and that it could have been 1-1. Did you think it was a bit too aggressive, or was it okay?
No, look, they made it hard because they threw big bodies up top, and they made sure that they were, going to be as direct as possible and get bodies up there to make it difficult for us. So they had their chances, but we had some really clear chances to go 2-0 up, and that's because they had to take risks. And so it's normal that's going to happen when the opposition's taking risks, because they want to try and chase the game down, and if we made the most of ours, we would have killed the game off a bit earlier. But it wasn't meant to be. We had to wait right to the end, but it showed good resilience of the players.
And Jamie Young, just post-game, he said if you said that we were going to be in this position at the start of the season, people would have been surprised. Are you surprised by how far Western United has gotten this season?
No, not surprised. I knew it would be a tough season, and I thought it would be close because there's so many good sides, so many good coaches, like top coaches in this comp. So we knew we had to work hard in pre-season, and we knew that we came from a very low base from last season, losing 8 straight in a row at the end of the season. So we had to build their confidence up and build the group up again. And then the group just, they bought in straight away. The culture within the group is amazing. So that helps. And then we knew it would take time to get the football in terms of creating a lot of chances, scoring goals, because that does take time when you have so many new players, new system. But now you can see 8 goals in the last 2 games. We can score goals. We've got good attacking players, and now we're getting our defensive side right again in terms of keeping clean sheets. So. Not surprised, because I knew the quality of the group and the players, but of course things can happen during the season. We've had our fair share of obstacles as well during the season, but we've dealt with it well, and that's why we are where we are.
And just going into finals, is there a few things you guys want to tinker, try and really fine-tune before the finals, or you feel good about heading into finals the way it is now?
No, we always want to get better. We're far from the finished product. And I know it sounds funny because we're towards the end of the season, but I just mentioned about all the new players that we have, and some players have to chop and change, and we have Tomoki Imai, who gets better at each game, playing right back, because he wasn't playing right back, he was playing centre back, and then we had Rene Krien that's arrived late, and then he had his difficulties, and then Kilkenny go away. So we know we're going to get better, and we always want to improve, but that's with every day of training. So we want to get better in every aspect of the game. There's no tinkering, it's just getting better what we're doing at the moment and improving each day.
And just one last one on Diamanti. How's he? He's a fan favourite. The fans want to know, can you give us any insights into how far away he is?
I wish I could, and I wish he could, because he's dying to get back out there, but it's just a day-to-day with Diamante at the moment. But what I will say, he's been so good that even though he's not here, he speaks to the boys all the time. He's on the WhatsApp group that chat all the time, FaceTiming him, and Leo Lacroix was just showing me him on the phone just before we walked in the changing room. So he's here, he's supporting, he's wanting to get back as quick as possible, and would love to have him back, especially come finals time. Have him and Josh Risdon back will give us a boost as well.
Any more?
All good. Thanks, John.
Thanks everyone, have a good night. See you.